Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning. I hope and I pray that all is well with you. I wanted to continue about the theme of dangers of sexual encounters. Um, I was watching this documentary, uh, someone sent it to me uh, last week. It was about um, these journalists, they were talking about young girls that are married in Africa, and this one, they went in several countries, but uh, that trailer that I saw, about 5 minutes, that was in my Congo. And the young lady was 16 and the husband was 68. I could not believe it. And the parents, the girl's parents, agreed to that marriage and they married her. And of course, he paid the dowry because that's how we do it. But in my head, I was like, she's 16. The way her eyes were dead, you didn't see life in her mind. I was like, wow, that's a pedophile. That's criminal. You cannot do that because when you are married at 16, what other future can you have other than produce many babies because you are young and strong? But can you go to school? No. Can you have a job? No. Can you have a career? No. So your life is stopped and you are just, you know how to be a wife and a sexual partner to that man. And what bothered me the most, they asked that man, they said, do you have sex with her? He said, oh yes, of course. I really love the warmth of her body. And that smile, it was so creepy. I was like, I wish I could smack him, that man, because the parents, I understand, when you're poor like that, you marry off your daughter, hoping, I mean, you receive money or food or whatever, but that girl, her life is dead. Another one was 13. And I was like, this is really, they should go to jail. But that's the culture. And then the Holy Spirit, as I was praying about it, I was like, my God, what does it mean? You have people that are starting to age and they don't want that aging factor, the way they look, the skin, the aches and pains of aging. So by having sex with a younger person, you can transfer and take some of that youth and you give them some of that aging thing. So the girl will age and look older than her counterpart, but uh, you look better. That's why they do that. And I heard about other people who believe that when they have AIDS and they rape a child, they can transfer the pain, the affliction that they have, put it in the body and take that healthy life and it becomes theirs. So we need to be careful. Sex can be used in so many bad ways. And the thing is, we have this pedophile, they know what they are doing. It's not just for mere pleasure. There is a reason behind it. And that you can see on every continent. They have it. You heard about these women here in Hollywood who do a blood facial, it's called. They will poke you until the blood comes out. And it's supposed to rejuvenate and to make you flawless and to give you a good appearance. And then I heard about that they will take the foreskin of babies that are circumcised and they process it and they make a facial also that will make you look younger and a plump skin. I also heard about people that are receiving blood transfusion for really people who are selling it so they can transfuse it to older people and that your cells will rejuvenate and it's helpful in the way you feel, the way you do, the way you look, okay? So that's done in a medical setting, but the principle is the same. You are taking life and youth and vitality from someone and it becomes yours. So when you marry someone like that, 13 years old, she is there to please you. That's all. She's being used day in, day out, or night in, night out, and she's losing her life. Her destiny has been stolen from her because there's nothing else that she can do or can become. And that's really shocking. So as I was thinking, I heard, and these young prostitutes, they are 12, 10, and they come and they solicit men because they need food. A child should be a child. So I don't know what happened to the parents, but they gave up their jobs, their assignment as a parent. So the child doesn't have another way of providing for self. But that's criminal. It should not be like that. And I also saw these young girls, they are 12, but they are witches. You know, witchcraft is a spiritual thing. By witchcraft, it could be um, an occult activity, but not occult like the way you do it here in the West. I'm talking about witchcraft in the purest form, like the way we do it in Africa. Um, you can have a toddler and give him witchcraft, and that child is little and hurting people, but he's small. So he's small in appearance, but he's evil and big because the spirit doesn't have age. So um, these young girls are sent by the dark side. Um, they will solicit men to have for sexual favors, and you pay them. But they take your semen and they take it in that world, the world of darkness, and you fall down. You, the man who went with her, you fall down, and she's rising, but you are falling. So we need to be careful. You cannot just have random sex any way you want it because you don't know who you're dealing with. You can have someone who will come and take your youth and your life and your destiny, and you know, like you're making orange juice, you squeeze all the juice and you just leave the pulp without any substance, and your life becomes meaningless. But that was not God's plan for you. But you went in a place where you didn't have any business to go, first of all. And then I'm told about these young boys that are prostitutes also, 12, 10. So he already knows about how a young man can go with a man. So who groomed him? Who prepared him? Those are the works of darkness. Those are the manifestation of darkness. And then what will happen to the man who will dare to go have sex with a child like that? What are you giving him and what is he taking from you? Because it's a give and take. Sex is a give and take. There is an exchange. And it's never random because you can have sex with someone today, but you carry him with you for years, especially if they know what they are doing. So that's how, if you observe well, you see men that only follow young women, or older men that are only grooming and wanting younger boys to be with because they know what they are getting from that thing. They suck the life out of you. So we need to be very careful, and we need to be careful. And the only person that I know can protect you from those kind of dangers is Jesus Christ. Giving your life to the Lord, that's what will protect you, that's what will save you, because you can mess up or even die. I can give you an example. You heard about the evil eye. It's real. Jesus will protect you from that also. I had a cousin of mine. This story happened in 88, 89. I didn't see it with my own eyes, but my mom told me, and people, that was on my mother's side. She gave birth to a healthy baby, a girl, and it was that hospital had many beds. It was really like a low income hospital. And she was going to be released that day. And she asked her neighbor, who also gave birth, can you please watch my baby? I will be right back. She went in the bathroom, came back, the baby was crying. They went back home, the baby was crying. All night long, the baby was crying. And in the morning, the baby started having gray hair. And the skin was becoming wrinkly, like in an abnormal way. They went back to the hospital, and the doctor who greeted them told them, he said, oh, someone looked at your child. She said, what do you mean? Because it doesn't mean anything when you say, someone looked at your child in my place. The man told him, he said, no, I come from, it was not from Katanga. when an older person who knows what they are doing, they can stare at a child and transfer. They give you the old life and they take your youth. And 3 days later, the baby died. And of course, my cousin ended up divorcing because the husband blamed her, like, you should have known, you should have. But that child died. So that's what happened when an evil person looks at you and they can swap. But Jesus will protect you from that. I'm not talking about that random Jesus, I'm blessed and highly favored, but we need to be serious with our faith. We need to be serious with the way we do things, because you never know when you go out who you're going to meet. You don't know what kind of evil will be for you. You don't know. So we need to be careful. You know, I had another cousin who went out and he came back, he said, I found a wife. He was 43. And my father said, but your wife is old. He said, but I love her and it's her or nothing. If you say no, I'm going to kill myself. So they let him, they got married, they started living together, and then not so long after, someone came and said, you know, there's something wrong with this woman. In 1920, she was living in a village by the border with Zambia. She was married, a mother, and produced children. The husband died in a weird way. He was younger than she was, and she was accused of having killed that man, and that's how she ran away. And she abandoned the kids, and she was never seen again. So according to the timeline that we were given, in 1920s, she was married and a mother. So my cousin met her in 88. So she was seen in another village with another man. The man died too. He was younger, he died, and she left. So we understood that that woman was a black widow, kind of. I don't know what you would call it, because the younger husband will die and she will flourish and go. And guess what? A year in the marriage, my cousin died. He went to bed and he never woke up. He died. We buried him and she left. So you have people like that. They don't die, or they don't want to die. So they keep trading souls. They keep stealing. Those are soul snatchers. Those are destiny snatchers. They steal your life. You die and they rise. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful. That's another danger of having sexual relations with the wrong men. We really need to be careful. That's what I wanted to share with you. So please be careful and give your life to Jesus the right way. Be serious with your faith. Don't play with it. We are living in very interesting time. God bless you. Please subscribe and give the thumb up.